Hello world, WayofTime here, and I'm stopping on this magical journey of EEPower because I just found myself a hungry node. And funnily enough, I was going out because I was slightly peckish. Now, these meat things are nice and all, but it's not the best food in the world, and I was thinking it might be a good idea to get something a bit more leafy and goodness. Now, I did happen to see this hungry node eating pretty much everything up, so it might not be a good idea for me to there it is over there. Might not be a good idea for me to be here much longer, only enough to note it on my map because I will eventually want to grab that. Now there are a few different ways to get a hungry node. One of them that I'm probably going to employ myself is I'm going to need a wand of equal trade. A wand focus of equal trade. I have to remember it's all foci now. And then I'm going to need to encase it in obsidian because it can't break obsidian. And then whack it, then jar it. Hopefully I will do it correctly the first time because there probably won't be a second time. Anyways, I'm going to try to find my lettuce and potatoes, or lettuce and tomatoes actually. Then we'll get started with this next episode. Now, before we actually go into the nitty-gritty of some more blood magic stuff, because that is what I'm planning tonight, today, whatever. It's actually morning for me right now, so the fact that I said tonight is a little suspect. Anyways, so I want to get into some of our more advanced food that I managed to get. A foot long. If we check, it is simply bread, steak, lots of steak available to us, in case you haven't noticed. Mayo, which is just tofu, using one of those juicer things, as well as lettuce and tomato. Now, I tried using the Ender IO method for smelting wheat flour from Unnatural into bread. However, you might notice one thing that is a little too suspect for my liking. Unnatural, it makes it with a damage value of 1 for some odd reason. This means that unless a recipe is specifically made to allow it to function with all types of different types of bread. Let's just go with that. That was a rather suspect ending. Anyways, if it doesn't go with all types, that means that it will basically fail, which in this case it does. So if we want to go with it, we're going to need to turn it into flour and use some of our water and salt, which we basically have an infinite supply of, which just means we need to use a mortar and pestle for all of our stuff. Mortar, pestle, get wheat, got flour, then mix with all the stuff. What is it? Let's see, flour. Let's see if I can remember this off of heart. Oh, that is always freaky when that actually happens. So, some salt. And I really can't wait until I got this all in some sort of AE system. So I'm going to need to cook this up. I got some more bread some more wheat that's ready to go. Then we'll focus on a bit more sacrificing, then hopefully we can get to rituals today, because I want to do some Thaumcraft blood magic stuff. Wizardry. Blue slime! I have come to conquer you. Oh my god. Yeah. This is not a happy place. So, blue slime over there tends to do a lot of damage against me, and my only means of traveling is hurting myself. So you can tell how much of a sticky situation that is. So I have to actually regenerate health before anything were to happen. And I'm afraid that I might accidentally kill myself if I actually go and try to attack him. Okay, I cannot do this. Oh my god. Okay. I am very unprepared for this sort of situation. Okay, I need to get a lot more powerful than this. Getting knocked around just by a freaking king slime is stupid. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't have this happen. Therefore, I'm gonna get more powerful. I'll make sure I'm more powerful than you the next time I see you. You won't know what's hitting you. Oh, you'll probably know what's hitting you right now because you're drowning like a freaking moron. But the day of reckoning shall be upon you. Probably in a later episode, though. So the next thing we're going to unfortunately need to do is make a few more blood runes on this to complete our nice next stage of altar. And we got a lot of cows. You can probably figure out what I want to do. However, I wish there was one thing, and one thing only. I wish there was some way to put the... Did he get through? No, thank goodness. I wish there was some way to segment it so that I didn't have to kill all these cows at once, because then it'd be really freaking annoying. I guess what I can do is do the old method that I've done before and just breed them until I have not left. But basically I'm going to need 40 blank slates. That'll take 20 cows for 7. And that means I need to kill 60 more cows, then I should be good. This is enough for 30, so once I breed all these, I'll kill 30, then we'll see what everything happens. Then hopefully we can get into some rituals or some other fun stuff with all these mods, though it will take a while to do because, well, breeding cows does take a while. No cows, no. Get back. Get back, you don't want this, no. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were wanting to have a taste of my nice footlong. Problem with them is it'd pretty much be cannibalism at that point. So, here I am making my final few slates required for my upgraded blood altar. Let's see. This cow? It is slightly disturbing. We got 5,000 left, so let's see what we have over here. Still a chicken with an Enderman also in the cell. I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to combat that. Fire aspect, bye! Thank goodness with fire aspect swords, if you want to have an Enderman go away pretty much for good, always carry around a fire aspect sword with them. Sure, they'll get pretty pissed at you, then they'll forget it as they're getting flayed alive by the fires of hell. Oh well, now that we almost have this done, pretty much the last 5 slates needed for our last few blood runes, we can then continue on upgrading our altar. There we go. Really? Just for that. Okay, and might as well just fill you up with a bit of LP, so I will have 7 dashes worth of light. Now 6. Okay, so we got all of the slates that we're going to need to upgrade our altar into its 3rd tier. Now this is pretty good. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like... Okay, I do have enough stone, I think, to complete the voyage. So here we go, a bit here. Might as well just throw the gold in right now. And we'll make ourselves 20 runes of sacrifice. And each of these will increase our amount that we get from sacrificing by 10%. However, we are going to need something a bit more. And for that, we're going to use all of our dashes to get over here. Man, to think that it used so much to... You know, the air sigil is pretty useful, however, it's pretty expensive at the early stages of the mod. Obviously, it's expensive for good reasons, however, it does drain you rather quickly, especially if you're doing long jaunts. However, I'm just doing a short jaunt, then I'm gonna eat my nice foot-long sandwich. It tastes like the souls of the damned. Okay, so we're going to need to install these runes. Now, this is where it's going to be annoying, because that can happen also. I didn't even think of that. Okay, so... Looking. 1. There goes cow. Bye. Die! And 3, 4, 5. And we only lost 1 cow from that escapade. And we're going to need to get out of here because otherwise I'm going to find myself in a very unfavorable position, which will obviously be, well, you wouldn't want it, let's just say that. And these are slowly growing, however, they seem to, These plants don't seem to be getting enough light. I think that might be due to it being too dark for them. Now, plants do need a certain light to level to be able to grow, and it seems all of the diagonals do have that issue. So I'm thinking this might be enough light to give us what we need. We can probably add a detour later. That should probably solve the problem later on. However, just doing this for our wheat, which I find is one of the more important crops that we have here, will be good enough for now, and we can worry about that later. Okay, we do have 15 more runes of sacrifice that we are going to need to install. And, okay, there we go. 4, 5. There we go. 1, 2. Might as well destroy all these since they can't get out. And we don't have to worry too much about losing cows, though we have to make sure that like a creeper or an enderman doesn't decide that they want to be best pals with us, and especially skeleton, because those things can hurt. And that was a derp on my part. Good thing I didn't place it too low, or else that would have been a problem. Now we got all of our runes that we need for this. However, we need to also install our glowstone. If I remember, it's 2. Then we add the glowstone. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the reason I added all these fences was so that I didn't have to worry so much about the bloody convicts escaping. Let's see. Tier 3 altar. Great. Now we can test out how much LP we get from sacrificing. 1. Okay, from 1 cow we get 850. So it shouldn't take as many cows to get us what we need. Now thankfully, let's just fill our altar up. We're going to need to make the next blood orb. And we thankfully do have enough cows that we should be able to do it in easy enough stead. 1 more. There we go. Now we have, I kind of lost track how many that was. Oh well. Let's go. And we're going to need to grab a golden block. And that will allow us to make our tier 3 blood orb. However, we're also going to need to grab some of the wheat, pretty much all of the wheat here, breed as many freaking cows as we can, so that we can refresh the population once we're done murdering the entire flock. That'll be fun. Okay, let us get ready for attempt number 1. Wow, it's getting a bit laggy. So we're going to want to make the Magician's Blood Orb, which requires 25,000 LP in a tier 5 altar. Wow, this is really getting laggy. 25,000 LP in a tier 5 altar. It's also going to drain it at a rate of 20 LP per tick. So that's, since we're going to have 840, every 4 seconds we're going to need to kill 1 cow. Basically. Pretty much all the babies are over here. Oh well. Let's see. Death. And let's see how quickly we can have this thing created. So 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. We are at a low amount. Kill, kill, kill. 1, 2. Okay, we have room for 2 more. And now we're going to need 2 more. 1, 2. Now I don't want to use too much of this because pretty much every LP is sacred. I have to use these wisely because pretty much, well, blood magic, you know. Don't want to waste a single drop of this stuff. So there. Now we need to bring them in. Come on. I'm going to tempt you all with a bit of your fallen brethren. Ha! Take that! That! We're running out. There, there. Now this can't actually sacrifice babies, so it is humane in that way. Okay, so we got a magician's blood orb, indeed, and we're going to take the leather from there, and we're going to start filling up our magician's blood orb. Purity in sacrifice. Yin and the yang. So now that we have such a good altar, we are able to make slates a bit more effectively. We're going to also want to make a few speed runes, however, because frankly, they are going to be necessary. How much LP do I have in there? Okay, now I have enough. How did you even get out there? Wow. That is actually kind of surprising. So just going to need 2 more blank slates there because we're going to want to make some speedruns. So the uses of the Magician's Blood Orb, let's go into a bit more of a sane of a location. And just wait for that. Okay, so now that we're away from that cacophony, let's check the uses of the Magician's Blood Orb. Obviously, there's a bunch of alchemic chemistry set recipes that we can do. However, these are very far away, and we're not going to even bother with them. We can make ice, though. That's useful. We can also, well, sigils, etc. That's not really what we want to look at. We can start using runes of augmented capacity, runes of dislocation. Let's actually make sure that we're facing our enemies if they were to come. Rune of the Orb. We still need to have a Master's Blood Orb to be able to make that. Sacrifice, okay, blah blah blah, a bunch of other things. Ritual stones are the main things, however, that we are going to want to get. We're going to need a bunch of ritual stones, which will require quite a few reinforced slates. Thankfully, we do have the means to make reinforced slates. However, the problem... Oh gosh, that was open. That's how you got out. Frig. Actually didn't know that. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Fudge. Yes. Yes, be free, my children. That is definitely what... Oh, fudge. At least I got that out of the way, and now I can have this and a bit more sane of a location. At least they can't get out this way. At least I don't think they can. Nope, they can't. Okay, sacrifice? Nope. Okay, meat. Get out of there. I said get out. That was your final warning. Okay, apparently another warning wasn't going to be needed anyway, so boom, 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 boom. I am such a mean person. So mean. Whatever. Okay, so what was I doing? Ah, yes, ritual stone. So we're going to need some obsidian. There are a few methods to get obsidian. I suppose we can use our lava source over there. Ooh, we actually have some of that. Oh, goody, goody, goody. However, we are going to need to get some sugar first. And I'll show you why in a second. Don't need this anymore. Don't need this. Probably don't need it in my Thaumcraft chest, however. And now that that's done, we have our slates. We can make a few more runes to help us. So the problem that we're going to have right now at this second is the fact that this is going to still be a slow process, and we're going to need to rectify that. And one method of rectification would be to put that there. Get out of here. Sigh. Okay, okay, I'll sacrifice you if you insist. I am becoming a horrible person. So we're going to want to have something to speed up this altar because it's going to be slow otherwise. I mean, our acquisition of LP, it's pretty dang quick. However, we're also going to need to speed this up by creating a few runes. You can probably figure out what those are going to be. Let's go over here. Nice to be able to fly without a care in the world right now. Here they are. So, blood runes. We will use, we don't need that orb anymore, I don't believe. Now that we managed to create our initial ones, we'll use the blank slates, we'll use this, and we need one more bit of stone. That is unfortunate. Let me get that stone while we wait. And there we go, speed runes. So speed runes increase the speed of the altar by plus 20% per rune. So what we're going to end up with is 24 runes of sacrifice, which will increase it to... Are you guys still getting out, or is it just the fact that you guys are still out? Oh well, probably a question of being still out. Let me in! Ha! Okay, so we're going to want to add speed rune there. Speed rune there. Probably didn't get as much LP as I wanted from that kill. Speed rune here. And speed rune here. Get away. Said get away. Let me through. No! There we go. Up. Nope. There. Okay, so now we have our speed runes done. So when we kill, obviously we're going to get our LP. It still didn't detect the change. There we go. A lot more. Now we'll be able to make a lot more slates at a faster time. So I think we're going to need to make some more slates. However, we will want to automate this process. I mean, it's pretty slow. However, there's not really many methods of automation of the altar. Well, not at this stage in the game, that's for sure. But I think I'm going to take my time, make a few more of these. I think I'll want to increase the population because I am running low on cows. However, we might be able to think of some machines to help with that. I'll get you later. Okay, so we have 15,000 LP currently in our network, and pretty much we're going to use the entirety for our flight for now. I mean, pretty decent haul from all the cows that we collected. We don't really have much time to start on the rituals because we are still going to need to get a few things to tidy up all of our ritual needs. For one thing, we're going to need to get a few more diamonds, unfortunately, because we do need a ritual diviner. Technically, we don't need a ritual diviner, however, it does make things a lot easier. However, we are still missing two key ingredients. We're missing a magma cream, and we're also missing another gas tier, which, quite frankly, is pretty pivotal on everything that we're going to need to do. So I need to grab a bow real quickly. Thank you. And I think what I'm going to do is enchant it with 24 levels and hope that I get a good enough amount from it to make do with all the other stuff that we're going to need to do. That's such a horrible way to phrase things, however, it's so right. So, full enchanting table, all I need to do is take away 3 of the books, then level 24. Power 3, Unbreaking 3, Infinity 1. That is an awesome bow. And that was my first try too, so I think I am pretty happy with this. Too bad it doesn't have punch, however, it does make it more difficult to get gas when I have punch on it. Oh my god, that scared me. If I didn't have the air sigil, I would have been like, boom, explosion. Okay, so I'm also going to have to monitor my LP network while I'm flying around in the Nether, because that's where we're going to need to do. We're also going to need one more thing, and that is a bunch of nether wart, because, well, nether wart is kind of a necessity for something I'd want to do in Thaumcraft. And the main necessity about it, let's see. The main necessity about it is that it's a very good use to get Precontatio. Good thing to get Precontatio. Yes, yes, yes. Gonna get a shovel because I'm gonna need some soul sand while I'm at it. And the main thing is we're gonna need to get some gas tiers and some magma cream. So let's see what we get again. Let's hope I don't hit a pigman because I don't know how fast I can run away. Bye-bye! Okay, so no ghasts currently available to us. No matter, we can probably just fly up here and check around what we have. And there's quite a bit of blurring. I think I'm fine with the blurring, considering it's not going to be too bad on my, well, it's not going to increase that FPS too much, but whatever. So magma cubes, and we're also going to need a fortress. We also need to get that flying bugger over there. So let's see. Okay, Firebat. Where are you, Firebat? I need to scan you. Hello? Firebat, go bye-bye. Okay, so magma cubes. Up, there's a ghast. That's good. And it's above a landmass, so let's go over. Come on. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Let's see what you have given us. I don't think it actually gave us anything. That is really a shame, considering. Come on. Considering how much time it takes to find you. Oh, crud. Why is it just... Did one of the gas fireballs make that lava spread or something? But we got a gas tier. That's one thing that we needed. We're also going to need probably a few more gas tiers, because potions of regeneration will be helpful, although not strictly necessary considering the route that I've taken. Though no nether fortress as of yet, which is the main thing that I want. Might as well get some soul sand while I'm at it. Here's another bugger. Okay, come at me. Thank goodness Infinity has its, not drawbacks, that's the wrong word. Completely the negative. Well, I suppose Infinity does have its drawbacks. Ba-dum-tsh. Heard another ghasty poo. Okay, where are you, ghast? I heard you. Whoops. I need some fall protection. That would be helpful. Maybe some actual flight instead of this quasi-flight. However, I'm pretty happy with my quasi-flight as it stands now because, come on, quasi-flight is flight, nonetheless. Okay, so magma creams, no luck. Fortresses, no luck either. Even to get that one bit of nether wart, I am woefully unexhilarated about the current outcomes of this situation. However, it does seem like... However, that seems like a very bright node. Dang it, not. One more gas, then we'll try to find... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come back here. Did it fall? Well, it fell, of course. We just need to see where the item is. And a sigil of magnetism also wouldn't go amiss, because frankly, come on. Blup. Okay, let's try to find another fortress. Although I didn't manage to find neither a fortress or a magma cream, I do have another option for me, and that is to pick up these slime balls, which just happen to be there. Ow. And I have a cinder pearl, and by combining them together, I can get the magma cream that I need. I also have 6 gas tiers, which is kind of just awesome, honestly. And this is going to actually hurt me, so I'm just going to have to be conservative. So I will have everything that I need for the rituals and to actually create the stuff for the rituals. I don't think I'm going to need this thing anytime soon, so I'm just going to throw my air sigil on the ground because I am very smart like that. We're going to have to find nether wart eventually, however, so I'm still going to have to explore the nether. So that's going to take a bit of time. Thankfully, I will be able to build up my LP network and get the slates that are required for the ritual stones. However, I'm thinking maybe next episode what we're going to need to do is create some method for good, and I do mean good sincerely, good generation of obsidian, since, well, frankly, obsidian, there are many options to create obsidian. For instance, we can use IC2, we can use the combiner, which actually doesn't do anything for us. We can use the chemistry set, carpenter, basin, etc., etc. But there are a few methods, but I want to find if we can find one that is actually nice looking. But we'll see how that goes. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Oh God. Oh God. Unnatural Hunger 2. This seems to be slowly draining my food bar. And I know that TTFT did have this before. However, basically it means that my hunger is going to slowly go down. It seems like the overlays are making it a little tricky. And I'm going to need to use rotten flesh to cure myself of this. Unfortunately, I don't have much rotten flesh. So what I'm going to have to do is basically wait it out. Now, that is one of the warp effects. So it basically caused my mind to want rotten flesh. However, I can't really do... Well, considering it's only 30 seconds, I think I'm fine for now. However, we are going to need to figure out a better way to tackle that, especially when it gets to the big durations. Oh well, see you later.